What is going on, my Ghost Squad? Welcome to Tactical Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, October 7th, 2017. Just want to say hello and check out the room real quick. We got a live crowd out there right now. We got Grim 90, Midnight Range. Hey, Trav, I sent you a link in your email if you want in. Patriot in the Dark, which is my special ops patron. So shout out to you. Thank you, Patriot. Let's see here. Who else we got? Let's see here. There's a chat going on out there. I really don't know what you're talking about, but Jill's Outdoors is there. What's going on? RL, how you doing, bro? Let's see. RL Sewers in there. Rich White, the 1%. Deuce Driver, Jared Walsh, what's up, bro? Matt Pugh, Clay's out there, Hemi's out there, Outlaw Travis T. Is that like other Travis now, or what do we call it? We just call him Travis T, or what? I really don't know.
Yeah, just call him Travis T.
I call him double. I call him Double T.
Double T. There you go. There you go. Let's see here. Oh, Travis says he can't join. Oh, you must be at work. It's all good. I hear you, man. Let's see. We got going on the Gun Channel side. Night Strike, Mel, Ellis, Jared. Jared's running double duty tonight. I think that Yankee just put out a video, and I want to say that Moon and the Gun News Network went out live about half an hour ago. Is he done, or does anybody know yet? Don't know. Okay, sounds good. Let's check out the room really quick, like from the great state of Washington. We got two hottie. What's going on, bro?
Yo, what's up? What up, everybody? Hope everyone's doing well.
And from the great state of South Carolina, the Outlaw Hatfield. What's going on, Outlaw?
Not much, man. Thanks for having me. Howdy, folks.
Man, don't sound so enthused, you know? Just saying.
I can't help it. I'm in awe of you.
Oh, yeah. From the great state of Wisconsin, we got Mel the Nuts. What's going on, my man?
Oh, just living the dream. Actually, in Michigan today, outside of Detroit.
How are you in Michigan? Traveling a little bit, huh?
All the time, every week.
Yeah. How's the weather up there?
It's cold, so it reminds me of Wisconsin. Yay.
Yeah, I hear you. I guess from the other part of the dynamic duo that is the Hatfield clan from South Carolina, he who strikes at night, Night Strike. What's up, Jonas?
What up?
And from my home state, the greatest state of them all, Texas, we've got the tactical leprechaun himself, Clover Tack. What's up, bro?
What is up, everybody? Thanks for the invite.
Absolutely. Let's see here. What does it say? My Patreon link is misspelled on my lower third.
Yeah.
I'll be damned. How about that? Well, let me just change that real quick.
Ghost Tacital.
Shut up, man.
Tacical. There we go. There we go.
How about them apples?
I could have said Ghost Testicle.
It could have.
It could have.
Yeah, at least it wasn't
Been
autocorrect.
better. Ghost testicles could have been very funny.
Is that what happens after a vasectomy? Just curious.
Yeah, it could be. I wasn't aware that Ghost still had balls, but I guess this one does. So,
Wait a minute. You didn't think you had balls? Is that what you're saying?
that's exactly what I'm saying. Thanks, Matt. By the way, I appreciate you. Two Live Moo in the hizzy. What's going on?
You know, that actually makes sense. You've been married for how long?
I've been married for 21 years, so yeah, my balls have been gone for a while.
Yeah. About 20 years, I'd say.
Well, we're gonna get into this real quick. Other Travis, Midnight Range says he and Deuce Driver and Marcelo from BMGA 10mm held it down in the rally, in the rain at the rally. Can you shout them out for me? Yeah, so in Pennsylvania, I don't know what their turnout was altogether, but at least those guys were there. Go ahead. I'll show that one. What's up, Scotsman? You can cuss them on chat. Don't matter. So yeah, we're gonna get in real quick. Like I know the other shows, everyone's put their videos out, and we've done all of that as far as the rallies. I just want to touch on them real quick, and we're gonna take a different way. Now that it's over, and now that we've had a couple days to kind of hear feedback or see what's happened in other states, whenever the next one is, and I hope it's sooner than later, not saying soon like in the next month or so, but in the next 3 to 6 months. I don't want to wait a year, but in the next 3 to 6 months, let's say, if we have another rally, have you guys kind of thought about some different ways or something else we would do differently or change or what have you? Have you guys thought about that yet? And about what we're going to get more people to show up or get more organizations or get more companies or whatever. Have you thought about what we're going to try to do or what you want to do in your own state to try to get the next one bigger?
It's funny. It's funny you should say that. No sooner than I got home the other night, I started posting pictures and, saying, hey, I had a good time at the rally. And I went on these groups on Facebook that I had told about the rally. And, I posted, hey, look, I was at the rally. And I didn't want to give them hell because nobody showed up. So all I did was I simply said, had a good time at the rally, and posted that picture of me and Such and just left it at that. It didn't take 15 minutes for people to start sending me messages saying, hey, when can we do another one?
Yeah.
That's what's sad is the big talent on the YouTube platform could be a tremendous draw just by them showing up but it's getting them to do it.
Yeah, and then that was the thing. I think you and I had a discussion on the phone, and we were talking with some others off air also. That I saw a message on the Tennessee Facebook event for the rally, and I didn't know who it was. But it was just a guy who basically was calling out the state of Tennessee, which I thought was pretty cool, by the way. But he said it was him, another guy, and then Hickok and his son John were there. And I'm thinking, okay, that's awesome. I'm glad Hickok showed up.
I think it might have been
at the rally. Huh?
I think it might have been Cam because I was talking to Cam the other day, and apparently he and his brother went, and he went and met Hickok and his son, but there wasn't really much of a rally in Tennessee.
Yeah, there's 4 people, including Hickok and John. And here's my point: is this? I'm all for, and I thank Hickok for showing up. That's awesome. But the dude's got over 1 million, he's got millions of people watching this stuff.
He doesn't want to be held responsible if it goes one way or another. So he didn't do a video about it.
I understand that, but he didn't have to make a video about it. All he had to do was do a 1-minute thing and put it out there. Hey guys, just want to let you guys know, if you're interested, there is a rally all over the country at your capital on November 5th. Go check the Facebook page out. That's all he had to do. He didn't have to say he was going. He didn't have to say anything about it. Just say, hey, there's a rally. If you want more information, go to his Facebook.
Didn't have to say he endorsed it.
That's right.
Didn't have to say he was going. Yeah,
but
exactly.
2 million people would see that in an hour. And I guarantee there would have been a hell of a lot more people than 4 that showed up to Tennessee, if for no other reason, thinking they got a chance of meeting Hickok. You know what I'm saying? And that could have been huge for the state of Tennessee. It could have been huge for Georgia if Eric would have said something. I don't know. Did anybody hear, Ellis, did you hear how Georgia went since you just moved from there? I never heard anything about Georgia.
I have been trying to get information about Georgia, and nobody I've talked to knows anything. I don't even know if anybody showed up there. And that's disappointing, especially when you consider it's Georgia.
Yeah.
So besides trying to figure out a way to get the bigger mega superstar channels out there. Is there anything else you guys would try to do? I can tell you here in Arkansas, I sent emails to several major gun companies that have offices or is at least maybe based here. And then I've got organizations, and I'm not going to mention names yet because I'm trying not to burn bridges right now. But if I feel like the bridges have already been burned and they're not going to help, then you damn well straight that there's going to be a video to call some of these people out. But right now I'm still trying to see if there's a way. But I thought about myself the next time we have one is instead of sending an email, which they never responded from, or putting on a Facebook post on their page and them never responding, I thought about calling like their marketing or communications people at their companies or organizations and setting up a meeting with their secretary. I actually have a scheduled meeting face to face because I want to see these people face to face tell me no. And I think it may be easier for me to do that. If I am face to face, it's harder for them to say no. So I'm thinking maybe that's a strategy that I might use. Have you guys thought about anything you guys wanted to do differently?
Well, there's just one thing I'd like to point out, and that's just how quickly and how organically this thing came to be. So,
Yeah.
with the next one, we've learned that it's going to have to be planned out much further in advance, and that's going to give everybody that much more time to make those connections.
Yeah, and you made a good point. And Philo's out there saying that he think giving people more time to get the word out and make an annual event or a reoccurring event that's a chance for to grow. Absolutely. I'll tell you this though. Here's what I am happy about and proud of. I'm proud of Matt and I'm proud of everybody in this room and everybody out in the chat who all helped out. It basically was 10 or 11 days. That's all we did. We had 10 or 11 days to get this thing going from scratch. I mean, it wasn't like we were planning it and say, all right, let's do it. It was, let's do this and we'll figure out how. So in 10 or 11 days it was pretty impressive. And I think in Michigan, like they had like over 100 people there. I mean, that's amazing. I think Massachusetts had like 100 people there. So yeah, like I said, obviously more time is going to be key and all that. But I'm just really proud that we got the turnout that we did get. In 10 or 11 days, especially in Arkansas. I mean, it's opening weekend of deer season. And if you're anywhere in the South where deer hunting is a big thing like Arkansas, it's literally a holiday. Like Friday at school was a holiday. They call it teacher in-service day, but it's a holiday because they know that 90% of the kids in Arkansas aren't going to be at school. So it was pretty interesting. But yeah, I was happy with it. Were you guys happy or upset or thought it was about right?
A little disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess, a week and a half isn't really long enough to plan out a rally.
And you really only had about 3 days.
Yes, it's quite honestly, because I didn't know whether or not I'd get the permit or not. And I was waiting on that, that whole damn thing. But here's the thing. I did contact, I called and emailed all these so-called gun right groups in South Carolina, save one that said we couldn't really do anything. Everyone else, either their phone numbers were disconnected, they had emails and websites up that hadn't been updated in years, but no one gave me the time of day. And I was really pissed off about it because here I am just asking as a normal person. I wasn't contacting them as Night Strike on right. YouTube, because that would that'd be a whole nother ballgame. But
and you're famous, though, bro.
No, I'm only famous now because I had a picture with Such. But no, seriously. I contacted people. There's just no one out here, I guess. I guess nobody is interested in actually, supporting the Second Amendment. It's like there was a whole push back in 13, and then everybody decided just to go their separate ways and just, disband or something. Granted, Such said he did mention that he was dealing with copyright strikes, not copyright, but YouTube strikes on his channel, so he wasn't able to get any video out in order to support the rally. We would have gotten more support if he had been able to do that, but because of the strikes on YouTube, he wasn't able to. So, No, I'm not going after him for that.
You know,
No, I'm not knocking Such because Such has had his own issues in the last couple of weeks, as we all know.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I
But
think
Night Strike, I found the exact same problem in Wisconsin. I reached out just basically via email because that's the only way I could contact these guys because that's how their websites were set up. But I hit three what I thought were prominent gun groups in Wisconsin. I got one response from one of them, and it was, no, we have nothing planned. The other two never even bothered to return an email to me.
Mel, there's one difference between South Carolina and Wisconsin. You know what that difference is?
What?
South Carolina was the first state to secede from the Union. The first state to take up arms against, the federal government because of a situation. Granted, I'm not supporting any side on that. I'm just saying that, everyone loves their guns in South Carolina, yet we can only get 8 people to show up. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I get it, and I mean I get it. Yeah, go ahead, Mel. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say one other thing I noticed too is, so I was traveling in West Virginia, and I met up with a guy who deals a lot with the NRA, and I asked him, do you guys have anything planned for the West Virginia rally? And he's like, not really. We don't like sending anybody to these rallies unless there's a really clear message. So I guess going forward, that would be my one suggestion as to what to do is to pick one very specific message. Not just support Second Amendment, but maybe, I don't know, get the Shush Act out of committee or, bring a specific bill up. Just something so that, they have something they can really target.
Okay, how about no more gun control? That's pretty good.
I think there's something there with that.
Because it's too vague.
Yeah, I think there actually is something there to that. And maybe this is where we can make it more centralized for these states is maybe we do talk about a specific bill that's in the state legislature to kind of get behind also or against that might help bring the local community. I don't know. Hemi was talking about, I think it was Hemi earlier, talking about the hunters, that the Second Amendment becomes before hunting and all that. And it does. The problem we have here at Arkansas, and I think it's probably maybe in the South, and Clover might be able to answer this also in Texas, but I think a lot of it here in Arkansas is the hunters are quote unquote gun people, but they're only gun people for a couple months of the year. For the rest of the year, while they're not hunting, they really don't care. I think it's because they're not worried about their hunting rights being taken away. That being said, there is some legislation out there. I mean, there is an upwards of 70 bills, both federal and statewide, that are out there that could dramatically change the looks of what the Second Amendment is right now. It can dramatically change the future of whether hunting, what kind of hunting there is. They very well could take any high-powered rifle with a scope away from you. Well, that changes hunting dramatically. I don't know. Like I said, that's the way it is in Arkansas. Clover down in Texas, the hunters and all that, are they year-round gun people, or are they more or less during hunting season only?
I think the majority are going to be, hunters only, quite honestly.
Yeah.
But, I've seen something and kind of what I was pushing the message was, showing solidarity and getting rid of the apathy, because that's what we're dealing with now, hunters aside. Because I talked with people that really don't hunt, and they had this excuse or they had that excuse or whatever. What it boiled down to was there's not an immediate threat. And it seems that there has to be, in order to get everybody out on the same page together, showing solidarity, there has to be an immediate threat. Otherwise, we don't get together. And I think that's the problem. And I think that's, for me anyway, that's one of the things that I would like to see come out of these rallies in the future, is to bring people together just for the sake of bringing people together, to say, hey, we're here, we're paying attention. We can talk about legislation that's in play, be it good or bad. We can talk about current events. We can talk about bringing people into the fold. We can talk about all of that stuff. But for me, it's a matter of working to get everybody on the same page and sort of get everybody vigilant, I guess maybe would be the word for that.
Yeah. I'll tell you an interesting Gelsman Outdoors out there. I guess he's down in Beaumont, just about an hour east of Houston. But Beaumont's a cool little town. But he said that he literally talked to people out there that said that they would just let's see here. Read it. I'm down in Beaumont, Texas, and people literally said they would rather wait for the government to come and take their guns. Wow. Talking about apathy right there, because they're going to say, I'd rather for them wait for them to come take them because they're not so sure they're going to take them. But holy cow, that's tough right there. That's tough to combat. And then we got here on the gun channel side, Jared / Rupan said that actually the funny thing about Jared, okay, so Jared makes a trip to Boston. I saw his live chat. And he gets there, and by the time he got there, the rally was over. Like they did it earlier, and there were like 100 people there. And so he's literally talked to this guy from Anonymous with the Anonymous mask on and said, oh, yeah, there's like 100 people here, man. It went really well, The Anonymous guy's updating Jared on the 2A rally.
I would not get my my information from them because it looks like you're part of Anonymous then.
Well, I mean, here's the thing about Anonymous. You can say what you want, but they are all for rights.
Some of them.
Well, I mean, that's the basis of Anonymous is I'm not saying that I agree with all their tactics and all that, but they are for rights and open and disclosure and all that. So, but what he did say is that Jared Yanis spoke from Gun Rights Advocate. Jay McMahon, the Attorney General, an Attorney General candidate spoke. Chris Pinto from Massachusetts Gun Rights spoke. 2 Massachusetts State Reps spoke. Then Charlie Cook spoke. And a bunch of Massachusetts guys were saying the same things, that it was a really good rally. They had like 100 or so people. So it sounded like Massachusetts went well. I just wish Jared would have been able to get there.
I've been talking to some of the guys in those groups that I was mentioned earlier, and I have decided what I'm going to try to do here is get something local going. Maybe every 3-4 weeks, have a small get together of gun owners, just in the county. Just a county-wide, pro-gun thing every few weeks. And if I can get other counties in on this, that's going to grow us. And then go from county to a tri-county area, and and start ground roots level and just work our way up until we can get something out there that says we're here and we're not going anywhere.
Absolutely. Yeah, like I said, I'm actually going to be starting in December on the 2nd of each month. I've talked to one of our local gun shops here. On obviously every second matters on the 2nd of each month. Right
Is that the one that owns the silo?
Yeah, guy that owns the silo that me and G Webbs went out and saw, and we're gonna go out there, and we're gonna get a couple of pizzas, and hang out at the gun shop and promote around town. Every second matters, and all that good stuff, and try to use that as a once a month gathering for 2A people, so that when we do start to decide about the next rally locally, at least we'll have a way of getting that information out. And so we're going to try to start doing that here locally, which I think is kind of a cool little thing. But yeah, like I said, I didn't want to, it's kind of, we talked about it, and I'm glad it happened. And it sounds bad, but it's time to move on. We all know that there are things we can do to make the next rally better, but I think for what it was over a 10 to 12 day process, I was very proud, and thank you to everybody out there that all over the country to make sure that the rallies went well. And like I said, for a 12-day turnaround, I think we should all be proud of the rally. And kudos to Matt and Never Enough Ammo, because it was his It's his baby, and I know that he's relatively disappointed in some things that happen, but like I said, in the big scheme of things, what we did across the country in 12 days is pretty remarkable. So congratulations to everybody. What were you saying now? Did I hear Hottie talk? Maybe not. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do now is transition into real quick, briefly about the Wanamaker Gun Show up in Tulsa this weekend. I cannot wait. If you're able to get to Tulsa, it's a Saturday, Sunday gun show, but there's a bunch of us here from GunChannels that'll be meeting up Friday, and we're going to all going to the J.M. Davis Firearm Museum. And if you're not familiar with this is an amazing personal collection, obviously from J.M. Davis. But when he died, he made sure that the state of Oklahoma was going to preserve his collection. And I want to believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think G said it's free to the public. Is that correct? And always will be. Is that right?
Yeah, it is. That was one of his stipulations.
Yeah.
There is a donation bucket there or whatever.
Right.
And it is the largest personal firearm collection in the world. So,
yeah, and I mean, this is his person. Now, let's start this by saying that this is not necessarily like what you're thinking of, the rarest guns and all of that. A lot of these are. He literally traveled and went to gun shows and went to gun shops, and if he had money and he found a gun that he liked that he could buy, he would buy it. So we're not talking, not only are these things have incredibly rare and all that, but they're just normal guns, and there's some strange guns, and there's guns from all different eras. And it's kind of a cool thing to where it's just his own personal collection that he had over the years. And there's thousands of firearms and all sorts of stuff. And they've got it
14,000, I think, over 14,000.
I know it's over 10,000. I don't know the exact, but I know it's over 10,000 firearms. You know, it's probably is like 14,000. It's unbelievable. Okay, we'll get to that here in a second. Travis T said 1 million members dropping the NRA. Holy cow! I don't know if that's true or not, but if that is, wow. Okay, but yeah, the J.M. Davis Museum. I'm looking forward to that probably more than I am to the Tulsa show. The Tulsa show is literally the largest gun show in the world. Over 4,200 tables will be there, and it covers like 11 acres of land. It's unbelievable. But the J.M. Davis, I can't wait, and I know that Clover's going. I'm going. I think G's going to be there maybe Thursday. I think he leaves. I think he left today, as a matter of fact, today or tomorrow. And Cycle Camp's coming all the way down from Connecticut. Ross coming from Florida. Foose is coming up Saturday from Arkansas. I'm going to be there. You're going to be there. And I don't know. Have you heard anything, Clover, about Mr. Wright? Is he going to be up there?
I still haven't heard anything on Mr. Wright yet. No.
Okay.
Now I do got a bit of I guess an update in a way.
Yeah, go for it.
On Wanamaker, and that is
oh really?
Yeah, several of you know, G was talking about trying to get there early and get with them about press passes.
Yeah.
You're back from stuff. Well, y'all know I sent them an email here a while back. I got an answer this morning.
Good or bad?
And it looks good. They want more information, so they haven't just said no. They didn't reply; just said no. They were like, "That's interesting. Exactly what what are you wanting to do? What's your channel? They wanted some more information."
We all need to do that then, or what?
Maybe.
Okay.
Might get on their Facebook page and do it. Send them an email. Try to contact them a couple
as of right
ways.
now, shouldn't. I'm sorry, I'm just jumping in here, but just from what I heard. But as of right now, Clover, shouldn't you be the one who's heading up the conversation with them and sending them more information about who everybody actually is, rather than everybody just piling on and say, "Hey, Clover Tech sent you a message, and I'm part of that crew."
Well, I mean, yeah, we could do it that way too.
It was just a question. since you've been the main point of contact so far,
That's, you know,
up to this point.
I think he's been the only point of contact at this point.
That's possible. But I mean, then too, I mean, you get into a situation to where, I mean, if you're not, you know, and it depends on who all's going, but if you're not a legitimate, you know,
Yeah.
you're not a legitimate business, a legitimate media company, then, you know, I don't know where I all I was wanting to relay is that I have heard back from them, and now we're kind of going down that rabbit hole. But I mean, they didn't come out and just say no. So I mean, to me, that's a good sign.
I will definitely send an email tonight before I leave and give them my channel and all that. And I'm hoping that the fact that they see that we do live shows and we do produce content, that would in their eyes see a legitimate media outlet that could be beneficial to them. You know.
Yeah. Well, they did ask, you know, specifically, you know, what was I going to wanting to use the film, you know, the footage for.
Right.
And so, you know, I told them, look, you know, promoting some of these
bro.
businesses and tables and stuff like that. Told them that, you know, I didn't have any interest of just walking around the show and just recording willy-nilly, because that's a waste of, you know, I wanted specific interviews and specific content.
Yeah.
As those dealers at those tables would allow, you know, get their permission and so forth, so on.
I
do believe that
the fact that they're entertaining the idea is, you know, a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean,
they've usually been very, very strict upon no cameras in these shows, so that's a great.
I expected them to either say no, either ignore me altogether, not hear back, or hear back and them say no. So, you know, that they're entertaining it, I think, is a good sign.
It is a good sign. And my thing is, being a photographer, you know, I have done the, and that's the only reason I brought that up about you. You're the only point of contact at this point in time, so you may want to kind of keep it that way, but you do want to let them know about everybody else's channels and the other people who you will be attending with. So,
yeah.
They're
going nuts out in the chat over Crackle P11 from last night. So that was funny as hell.
Because as of right now, you're kind of the spokesman between the whole crew that's going and
that's fine,
and
but
the people at Watermaker.
I thought that he was going to try to contact them also. And I don't know if he has or not.
G is supposed to get there early. The last I talked to G,
go over there and try to and
he was supposed to get there early when they weren't busy, and then he was going to talk to them.
Right.
So I sent my emails and all my contact out weeks ago. Y'all know this before G said something like last Thursday or just within the last week or so of doing that. And I sent my stuff out a long time ago. So, you know, taking point on it at this point without talking to G directly, you know, I don't have a problem with that. Don't get me wrong. But then again, I don't want to step on any toes or anything either. So
sure. No. And like I said, I'm just encouraged the fact that they have been very against having cameras in the show. So the fact that they're even entertaining the idea of possibly doing this is wonderful. And especially if we can get several from Gun Channels to do this, then this could open up doors big time for April or next November through a Gun Channels type thing, where, I mean, if we are able to get 3 or 4 of us to get our cameras in there, do some interviews and promote the show and all that, and they watch our content and like what we do, that could be a huge opening to sit there and have them expand maybe our role and allow us to do some behind the scenes stuff of the show, which would be great content to our viewers to see how a gun show is run from behind the scenes, which like I said, there's so many different possibilities that this could lead to, which I'm excited about, because I think that I would like to see how a gun show is run from behind, especially this one from behind the scenes and the prep and all of that. Like I said, who knows, but I want to send my email out to them tonight.
Maybe they've realized there is something into this thing called the 21st century, and that some publicity, if any, sometimes can be good.
Oh,
well, and I've got to wonder too, if, you know, we talked about the apathy and stuff before. And I know that gun shows and things like that are suffering. Yes, that's the largest gun show in the world, but that doesn't mean that the number of people coming in or the number of dealers buying tables or that sort of stuff has not dropped. So they may look at it as, hey, this is free PR,
Yeah, absolutely.
And as long as these guys are on the level, they're not some undercover liberal reporter or something like that.
Well, I think also you have to look at
And
also is there's a lot of people that will try to get into these big shows under a media pass, one to save $10, whatever, to save the entry fee and do nothing with it. So yeah, I understand where they're coming from, but I also, like I said, I'm just happy that they're even entertaining the idea.
Well, the media pass would be more, wouldn't it?
A lot of times they will give media passes out.
Oh wow.
They'll give them away because they feel if I give a media pass to this guy for free and he comes in, like you said, that's good PR. Maybe he'll do this. Now they haven't done anything with media, so like I said, we still might have to pay the $10 to get in there, which is fine. I don't give a damn. But if they allow us to not have to pull someone outside to do an interview, even if they say, hey, we're going to put up a banner or something in the corner over here, and this is going to be your designated interview place. That's fine. That's fine. The fact that we'll be able to at least do something like that without having to pull them outside. Now, Clover and I have also been discussing that pulling them outside might not always be a bad idea as long as the weather's good and the wind's not howling, because you get away from the noise. They might want to go and take a smoke break or whatever, and it allows to get them out of the craziness and maybe relaxed enough to talk to you. So I'm going to try to maybe do, if we are allowed to go inside and do filming in there, I might try to do a mixture, but I still like the idea of taking them outside for a quote-unquote smoke break. All right, let's see what's going on out here. They are still kind of going after Crackle. Crackle, God bless them. In case you guys are wondering what the hell we're talking about, we had a young 18-year-old young man that last night on Never Enough Ammo's chat, he decided that he was really wanting to get in on the panel.
He jumped in with the Sharks.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. And as a matter of fact, I think even Night Strike was nice enough to bow out to let this kid have a chance.
Yes.
Needless to say, very few people knew that this was a kid. He jumped on and decided, as Hottie said, he jumped into the Shark Tank. Unfortunately, he had his camera going the whole time, which is fine. Some people do that. I've always kind of been under the thing where whoever's hosting this show is kind of the one on camera, and everyone, like, we're always on match. We're always just show our avatars. And even like these guys know that they want to, they can put their cameras on. It doesn't bother me at all, but it's just kind of one of those things. So he doesn't know. He's never done this. So he's got his camera and it's on his phone. It's like pointed up halfway to the ceiling, and he's not muting himself. And the problem with that is that his microphone, I guess, kept on hitting his t-shirt, or is that what happened? It was something. And it's just crackling the whole time. It just sounds like someone's this the whole time. It was just driving everybody nuts, and he was interrupting Matt, interrupting everybody. He wanted to be on the panel so bad, and all that and the other. Well, unfortunately for this young man, is
he had to go to bed early.
The Shark Tank turned on him. When you've got Matt chat and you've got several hundred people at a time watching, and they're all loyalists and they're all regulars, and they all, oh, for God's sakes, this kid, I felt sorry for him, but he brought a lot upon himself. But they just destroyed this kid. And it was funny because he got what he really kind of, not saying he deserved, but as some people were saying in the chat last night and all that, he could have gone to the lobby chat of GunChannels. He could have done a lot of different things to prepare himself and get used to being on a panel. But to jump in, especially on Matt's chat, and when I swear to God, when he said that he has never seen The Walking Dead, I thought right then and there that Matt was going to flip his lid, but he didn't. But yeah, so they're talking about the nickname became Crackle because his microphone was crackling. So in case y'all are out there wanting to know what the hell they're talking about in the chat, they're making fun of Crackle. Since he was on Travis P11's Caliber Corner last Saturday briefly, I think there's a movement to call him Crackle P11 or Crackle or Travis Jr. But Crackle is, when you get a nickname the very first time you're ever on a show, especially on Matt's show, you've done something special, and it's not always a good special. So I hope Crackle shows up. The funniest thing that happened all night is when Mom caught him, and it was about 10:30 his time. Mom caught him, and he basically was getting ready to get his ass whooped for being still awake because he's still in high school. So he had to run off real quick. It was pretty damn funny. But Ben Farrell, Crackle, I'm sure we'll see you again, bro. And you made a lot of people laugh.
Don't let what happened last night keep you away. I mean, if you get an invite again, jump in. If they're talking about something you want to talk about, jump in. That's right. How these
and like we
go.
said, come over to and Grim is 100% correct out there. He said that in all seriousness, we need to get the younger crowd involved. He did deserve a lot of it, yes. But we do need to get that younger generation involved, and they should, if they really want to learn how to get into this side of the camera, come over to GunChannels. We have a 24-hour lobby chat. You can jump on those chats and kind of learn your way around that scenario if you've never done it before. It's a great place to kind of cut your teeth a little bit. So, but yeah, Crackle was great. Anybody else have anything about Crackle before we move on?
The whole cult movie thing, it made me feel extremely old that, because, I mean, in order to understand cult movies, you have to have some kind of age, right?
Yeah.
Because the whole point is they weren't popular and then they became popular. So, that like to killed me when he started rambling off some movie about some South American cult or something. And
all right, so Travis is over on the Gun Channel side, and he said Travis Jr. Damn, I ain't his daddy. But he is right. Okay, so he was on Caliber Corner with Travis, and Travis, I'm gonna send you a link real quick, bro. If you want in, I didn't know if you were gonna be around, so there's a link. But no, he was on Caliber Corner on Saturday morning with Travis. And honestly, this kid, for an 18-year-old, is very wise as far as the Second Amendment goes. He is extremely pro-gun and pro-2A, and he lives in an extremely liberal household and town and school that he gets made fun of a lot because of his beliefs and anyways and all that. But he is very well spoken upon the legislation and all that. So he's got the mindset to be a great asset to the Second Amendment. It just didn't turn out well for him on the media platform to start out. But I think that if he sticks around and tries to keep going, he'll only get better. Because hell, we're all still learning this thing, and by no means are we good. We're just better than a beginner. But I think that he's got a chance to be a really strong voice, maybe in an area that doesn't have a whole lot of Second Amendment voices. So let's really hope. When he started talking about cults, what did he say?
He was talking about the movie Paradise Lost,
wasn't he? Yeah, he's talking movies about cults. That was.
He watched a documentary about the movie called Paradise Lost, and how it was a movie about this guy that goes to Brazil and I don't know, preach to cults or something. I've never seen Paradise Lost.
I never heard of it.
And yeah, but no, it's, he's got the usual non-focus of a teenager when it comes to talking about things, and he's going to go spur of the moment. But again, the fact he's stuck in Maryland, liberal family, liberal high school, there's nobody pro 2A to back him up.
Right.
He's got kids that are being raised differently. I mean, he wants to become a gun guy, but he's so stuck in that environment, he can't get out. He's 18. He hasn't graduated yet. He can't do that. Neither one of his parents want to support him. And I said, dude, go to gunchannels.com, join in some of the podcasts, get in the chats, learn how to refine your style a little bit. Maybe quit swearing a little bit less, and then we'll let you come in more often,
Well, and that was the thing.
Yeah, but you guys let me in.
Well, it was more for my podcast than anything on Sunday morning. I mean, I got to be honest, when I let him in, I didn't know He was an 18-year-old high school student.
Yeah.
He'd been commenting on my videos for a long time. I thought he was some 30-year-old dude. He's like, hey, what's up? He's like, what's up, Furs? I'm like, oh my God, is this somebody's kid? What?
Yeah,
Nice Rick, you have a son? What?
Wow, Travis. No, I think he might be one of
Who
yours.
shot this guy a link? Who shot? It might have been. I would have peed myself if that had been the
You did
situation.
mention that one time he got drunk in high school. He could be one of yours.
Remember that one time at band camp?
Were you
no
stuck there?
comment.
Never mind.
No comment.
All right.
I played the cowbell at band camp. What?
The cowbell. Hey, I got a fever.
Triangle.
Only thing that can help it. More cowbell.
More cowbell, baby.
Now, I'll say this:
Idiot.
my newest favorite commercial right now. Have you guys seen the Geico commercial? The guy does a triangle solo in the orchestra. Awesome.
No, but you've been talking
Oh
about
my God, it's a Geico
nonstop,
commercial.
Ghost.
Huh?
It said you've been talking about it nonstop, but
Oh, I
I
love
haven't
it.
seen it.
Once you see it, you'll understand. But it's like an orchestra. This guy jumps out from the back of the orchestra in his tuxedo with his triangle and does Jimi Hendrix solo with a triangle. It's hilarious, anyways. But whatever.
Another good one to check out.
Does it?
Guys, you got to check out the new Call of Duty commercial. Get the gang back together. I know it's been out for a couple weeks. Have you seen that one?
About the World War II.
The guy's driving around picking up his friends. They're in their late 20s now. They're married with children.
Yeah.
They started gaming when
He
they were
ain't
like
gonna
15.
come.
He jumps in the car. Where we go, guys? Let's go pick up Sanchez. Sanchez will never come with us. Hey guys, where are we going?
Yeah, exactly.
And then like the one chick, the sniper is a African American gal who's like married to Rick Ross or something in Malibu. And they show up and they're, oh God, it's hilarious, man. It's an awesome commercial. Gamers appreciate it. So
Absolutely. All right, so this is going to be the fun part of it. We got about, I know Night Strike, you start here in about 10, 15 minutes. All right?
I'm going to have to, abscond with Travis so we can go to hit or miss.
All right. Whatever you guys got to do, I know you guys do a hit or miss here in, in a little bit, the top of the hour-ish. Get hit or miss over on YouTube side, it's Night Strike 1 is his channel. On the Gun Channel side, the channel's hit or miss. Obviously, you guys know it all about where Night Strike and Smeggy and Travis will be at.
Shit, we have a Hatfield and a McCoy in here. There might be a feud going on.
I mean,
damn.
it's a really good point. Pawnery's here, and like I said, Travis, if you and the Night Strike got to head out, I understand. Stick around if you can. I'm going to go a little bit past the hour, but it's not going to go too much crazy. But what I really wanted to talk about was this. With all of the stuff that's going on, and I don't want to touch on the church thing right now. I know it sounds weird, but I'm not. I don't try to be the guy that talks about that kind of stuff just to bring people in. So I try to stay away from that stuff until I know more about it. I am proud of the guy across the street for shooting that fool. But I don't want to give any more attention to a crazy bastard that killed people. So I'm not want to talk about it. But what I will say is the self-defense / home defense issue is going to be high right now because they're going to come after our guns again. But this civilian that we don't know how many people he probably saved from dying for the rest of this time. We don't know where this guy was going that he shot. So what we're going to talk about real quick, guys, is this. I don't want to throw a dollar figure out there, but if you want to, I can say $1,000 or $750 or $800 or whatever. But what I want to discuss for someone who doesn't mind guns, is a gun guy, might have a pistol or something, or might have a hunting rifle or shotgun just for whatever use, but isn't seriously thinking about getting a home defense cache or arsenal, but doesn't have a ton of money. Okay. He wants to get the biggest bang for his buck. And we're not talking a specific number of guns, just let's say $800 is what this guy's got, because he wants to spend $200 on ammo. Okay. That sound fair? So $800 for guns. Let's talk about, and we don't have to give a top 5 list. You don't have to be specific, but let's just kind of throw out ideas for that beginner that sit there and give them ideas of what a good cache would be, a 3 or 4 gun cash would be for $800 for home defense / self-defense.
You're saying 3 or 4 guns for that
No, I'm just saying.
$800?
I'm not saying that it has to be 3 or 4 guns. If you want to go and get one awesome gun for $800, that could be your home defense gun. Great. If you can get 8 guns for, or you know what I'm saying is, let's just throw out what your ideas of what a good home defense cash would be. Maybe not necessarily brands or models. Let's just say, do you want to go get a shotgun or an AR or a CCW pistol or a 45 1911 or whatever, a bolt action. What are some good ideas for people to start thinking about that you can get for a relatively good price, that they could get multiple guns if they want them for home defense?
Okay, let me ask you a question, Ghost.
Okay.
Can I screen share something real quick?
I don't know. Can you?
Oh yeah, I can if you'll allow it.
I'll click on you. There you go. We're stuck on you, man.
Okay. Let me show you how possible this is. Right here, ATI hybrid, $359. There's your start. Here's you a shotgun, Howa Escort, $152.99.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You jump over here. Here's a Taurus PT-111, $194.95. There's you a 3-gun arsenal that covers all the bases.
There you go.
That pistol is $179. You can get the PT-111 for $179.99 at deguns.net.
Or if you don't want to get the PT, look here. Just
so you can save $20 on it.
Look around. There's stuff out there. You can do this.
There are good deals out there.
Yeah, I mean it's fairly easy, right around that $800 mark.
What if somebody out there that is on this website and they're looking through this stuff, but they don't know what's trash and what's actually a good deal? I mean, they might have a shotgun out there and they might have $120, but 3 or 4 people know that's a trash shotgun. It's not gonna, it's not gonna last. But for spending an extra $20, you can get a Maverick 88 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
that's kind of where I'm going.
Go ahead, Scotty.
All right, so I'm not going to stick right to the $800, but you're
it's just an idea.
It's going to be dang.
What I'm saying is, you don't have an open checkbook.
No, I totally hear you. So, all right, entry level AR-15.
Yep.
There's many brands out there.
Hell, you can build one for $400 right now.
Entry level PSA, build it for $400.
But let's assume that this guy has never built anything and he doesn't know how to build an AR. You can still get a fully assembled AR for what?
You can get a
$369 on PSA.
You can get a fully
$369 delivered.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I did on the one that I bought.
All right, so add a Maverick 88 to it because we all know it's a decent shotgun.
Absolutely.
I mean, Matt talks about it. It's basically your Mossberg 500. Add a Maverick 88 to it, and add a I don't know. Add that Taurus PT-111 Pro to it.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. $800.
There you go.
$200 on ammo. Spend more on ammo. Go train. Stock your ammo up, and you have at least a decent start.
Yeah, you still have money left over for magazines.
Get on is train. You can spend $400 on 2 good guns. Get your PT-111, get your shotgun, and now go take 2 courses, one on shotgun defense and one on handgun defense. Because what a lot of people don't realize is how many people have actually practiced drawing their weapon and actually firing it. I mean, you might do some dry practice, but going there and actually getting in scenarios and having people train you, basically grabbing your shotgun and getting it loaded, going from a ready position to actually fire, those kind of things that, you spend $200 on that training class, you will pay dividends with that.
Absolutely. The let's see here. Going in here in the chat.
I want to play.
Yeah, go for it.
You guys are crazy. I said home defense, man.
All right, so
You're
by
a
the
McCoy. You don't get to play.
Sean's in Texas, and
Wait a minute. You guys said home defense, and yet you picked arsenals for a guy who doesn't have a wife. So if I were to do this,
Hang on. What about anything we said requires a wife or doesn't require a wife?
Okay, so you picked a PT-111, a shotgun, and an AR.
9mm handgun,
right?
a shotgun, and an AR-15, right?
Right. Okay, so you have something that's going to overpenetrate the walls like crazy, so that's a bad idea because you said home defense. You got an $800 budget, and you have a wife. So the best thing you can do for a person with a wife that has no
Who added a
experience,
wife to the scenario?
because it's home defense.
Okay,
So
well,
for
go
that
ahead.
kind of budget,
All right,
here's what you
all
would
right,
spend.
Well,
You spend
we'll roll with it.
$360
there's
on a
multiple sides
Mossberg
to this.
500 Persuader. So now you got a shotgun, and you buy 2 police trading Glock 17s, one for you, one for her. You're done. That's it.
But it's a Glock.
You're picking something that's easy to learn, easy to master with very simple controls.
Okay, and what did you say is going to overpenetrate like crazy?
The AR.
The AR is going to overpenetrate, probably. Yeah, unless you live in a really.
Okay, isn't it? I mean, isn't it kind of a toss-up between what's going to overpenetrate between an AR and a 9mm? Isn't it a toss-up?
No, because you can get spear gold dots that are, low velocity if you were really that worried about it.
I tell you, here's, and I've talked about this in other chats before.
It debated numerous times and things done numerous times about how the people thinking that you're really going to overpenetrate with your AR if you're using the right ammunition is bullshit. I could be wrong, but because
you're more likely
9 times out of 10, your bullet's going to hit that wall, it's going to do whatever, and it's going to break apart your wall and through your neighbor's wall and through their neighbor's wall, unless you're using freaking penetrators.
Well, I think what he's, and I tend to agree with this, is I think that there is a much better chance of that 5.56 round going through a wall with an AR than a Glock 19 9mm.
Well, see, the other reason I played into that is because
I'm also going to use
you said, what if they're trash guns? Well, a Mossberg 500 is always going to work. You know that Glocks are pretty much always going to work. So that takes that fear out of your selection.
100%.
Both of these weapons have extremely simple controls. Like, an idiot can use one of these. I can use one of these. Without ever even grabbing one, I know how it works. It's very simple.
Kind of redundant, though, isn't it? You said an idiot could use it, you could use it. It's a little redundant.
Well, it could be argued that sometimes people think I'm an idiot, so.
You're a McCoy.
My point is,
pump shotgun being easy to work under stress. I don't know.
It's a simple gun to use, though, because there's so few controls on it. And everybody knows a Mossberg 500 just works. Now, I'm not saying the Maverick won't. It's just I was trying to think of the best bang for the buck in only 3 weapons. 1 gun for my wife, 1 gun for me, and then like 1 big gun to clear the room. And then I had to stop at the budget.
Yeah.
But those 3 would get the job done.
No, and like I said, I didn't want to put. That's why I didn't want to really put a dollar amount there. The whole point is we don't have a guy that's got $25,000 just at his disposal that can go buy whatever the hell he wants. This is the average guy that if you go spend $800 to $1,000, including ammo, that's a significant investment in their lives. But they want to try to get the best bang for their buck, no pun intended. And like I said, I would definitely get, an AR or a shotgun or a pistol or a combination. I would even think about maybe even going like a pistol caliber carbine. And I'm a real big proponent of those, especially if you can get one that can share mags with your pistol so that you don't have to worry about extra mags and different kinds of ammo. And I say this a lot. I know you guys laugh at me, and I understand that it is what it is, but I am a fan of High Point. I'm not saying that they're the prettiest thing in the world. I'm not saying they aren't boat anchors. They are what they are, but one of the things that they are reliable. They do fire. They do go bang. And the great thing about a High Point 9mm and a High Point 9mm carbine is they share mags, and they both share 9mm ammo. So you can get the 9mm handgun for $150. You can get the 9mm carbine for less than $250. So let's say $400, and you've got yourself a carbine and you've got yourself a pistol. We're not asking you to carry these around. We're not asking you to be your EDCs. We're saying home defense. So the 2 things right there, $400, you got 2 right there, and then you've got $400 to go get an AR if you want, or a Mossberg or something. You know, you've got room with that. So be thinking outside the box also that there are other weapons that are just outside of AR, shotgun, pistols as well.
It's solid choice. I mean, we joke
I like the
about
pistol
high points,
caliber
but we know they
carbine
work.
route.
They do work. They're ugly as hell, but they do
Yeah.
work. High point does.
And yeah, when it comes to the high points, I mainly hear good things about the high point.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
like, we snicker about
the
it. But
carbine's awesome. I'll give you that. Now you can say, you know, depending on, you know, the pistol, it's hit or miss kind of, but the
Tuesday, 9
carbine.
o'clock.
Yeah, thanks. I knew that was coming. But the carbine is good. Now Jell's mouth there says just get a judge. That's something that you could do as well.
That is a judgment call.
Or you could get 3
I
of them.
won't discount
right?
his selection because in close quarters they work. They're respectably usable.
Now
But-
there is talk out there about 9mm penetrating walls easier than 5.56. I'm going to have to assume that if they're shooting 9mm inside the
be.
house, they'll probably be using hollow point, which is going to be changing the dynamic of the penetration. So I'm assuming they're not going to be using.
Yeah, okay, but if you take that same thought and
Okay.
say you're going to be using your 223 hollow points or soft points, I don't know. That's why I brought that point up.
It's
Because
simple physics.
I'm not
contested
trying to argue with you because you have a valid point.
Yeah, but that goes back to a lot of training again. And just about any gun that you buy, any round that you put down range is going to over penetrate. That's what they're meant to do. They're meant to go through things. Other than using birdshot in a 12 gauge, you're basically going to over penetrate. You know, if you hit that wall, you better make sure that your kid, your wife, your neighbor is not on the other side of that. You know, that goes back to, you know, good common sense, good common training. I mean,
true.
You know, reality, get the highest caliber that you can handle well. I mean, just like you would with your EDC. If you can handle a 40 and put rounds on target, great. If you can handle a 9mm and put rounds on target, that's what you need. Don't buy something that you're going to have a difficult time using. And I mean, I love the shotgun, but there are so many people that can't handle a shotgun. They think, oh, just put around. They'll fire that thing once and never be able to fire it again.
And especially if you've got a wife or a child, or I'll say a child, a teenager or younger that has never really had experience with guns, the last thing you probably want to do if the first weapon to put in their hands is a shotgun. Now, a lot of people say it's different because you don't have to worry about aiming, but they're not used to the recoil and the kick. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's which is totally
go
funny.
shoot that.
And I've told this story on here before. I gave a buddy quite a bit of crap over the summer because his wife is a real estate agent, right? And she was having issues with a client who she had to evict. Up threatening her and, you know, threatened her life and whatever. And what does he do? He goes out and buys her a Winchester something shotgun, right? And here, this chick, she had just had rotator cuff surgery. And, you know, I kind of brought it up to him like, dude, that's a
Do you know why I picked Persuader specifically?
You're talking a weapon that she's going to have to shoulder. And she just had rotator cuff surgery.
Bad idea.
Did you think this through, buddy?
Okay, so sorry guys. If you get a shotgun, go 20 gauge for home defense instead of 12. Lot less recoil, and the confines, it's going to be the same. It'll be a little bit more expensive to feed, but if it's for home defense, it's for home defense. 20 gauge, get a good semi-auto, and run it.
I picked the.
I mean, I'm personally not a fan of a shotgun for home defense.
Number one,
neither am I.
Easy to two-hand, and number two, it's available in 410.
Yeah.
The sound of you racking that.
It's over a gun channel says his home defense gun is whichever's closest to him when he gets his door kicked in. That is reality. I mean, that's reality.
I have 5 in my room loaded at all times.
Yeah.
The reality is my home defense gun is my K-bar. Because I'm going to use that to fight to my knife. I'm going to use my knife to fight to my gun. I'm going to use my gun to fight to my safe.
Well, for me, my bedside gun is in the first drawer. Right above that, on top of the desk, are my earmuffs, electronic earmuffs. I'm going to grab those first turn them on as I'm grabbing the gun that has a light on it, and I'm going to be leading myself to my closet, which has my AR in it.
Yeah, because in my closet I have my SIG 320, which actually is right now a Springfield XD Mod 2 because the SIG is back at SIG getting fixed.
Oh, so you
But
did.
I've got to get there
voluntary,
first.
thing, huh?
Yeah, I sent it in. But well, I've got to get to that safe first. I mean, I have kids. Every last gun and round that I have is safely tucked away behind locks. So that's part of the reason why I have a K-bar in my nightstand, because I got to use that as my primary to start.
So I got a notification from Mr. Wright. He's going to be there Saturday noonish.
Oh, good.
If he can't he'll get there earlier if he could find a cheap rent or a cheap place to stay.
Trey, you got to let Clover weigh in. He's been awful quiet.
What's that now?
I say we got to hear from Clover on this whole thing. He's been awfully quiet.
Jump in, Clove. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, man,
tonight?
I was letting everybody else bloviate, and I was going to come in and state the obvious opinion here.
He's bringing the truth now.
So here's the deal.
Now that all the kids are quiet, let's get serious and talk about the real answer.
Now the real man's going to talk. Okay.
Oh shit.
I agree with it. I agree with the high point pistol and carbine scenario, and then maybe you've got that extra money, so I mean, then get you an EDC from there, maybe in the same caliber.
Yep.
And then you're sharing ammo across the board, and then your stuff that you're leaving at home, of course, is.
That's a great idea. You go get yourself you can get MMP Shield 9mm for what, 300 roughly?
Oh yeah, for the $400 or so you've got in that budget scenario, for the $400 or so. Yeah, I mean, when you're
3
talking
months ago, you could have got it for $275. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
that's a great idea.
If you look at police trade-in and some other things like that, maybe buying on the used market gun shows or whatever.
Go buy a Glock 19 somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a lot of options for $400.
Absolutely, that's a hell of an idea. That way, you've got 3 different weapons, all in the same caliber. And one of them was going to be your EDC. So there you go. And actually, if you do that, then you actually go spend the $25 for your carry holster. You're set. Good job. I like that. You see, most people think when they talk about having a home defense pistol, they don't consider your EDC in that equation. So you're taking 2 true home defense plus your EDC. I like that. That's a really good idea.
Well, your
I think the
EDC.
reason
I
people
mean,
do that is
you
because
may or may not have your EDC. It just depends. I don't. My EDC is not what's in my nightstand.
Right. No, exactly. No. Scotsman out there says revolvers are great. I'm going to lose some subs here.
Home defense pistol, is that what you're referring to?
I don't dislike revolvers. I just don't. I would rather have a semi-automatic. That's just me.
Hey, Ghost, by home defense pistol, is that what you're revolving, or is that what you're talking about?
I'm just going by Crazy Scotsman out there says that revolvers are great.
They are great.
And I think he might be saying for home defense, maybe. I don't know, but those things can pack a punch right there now.
Yeah. So revolvers are great. I have one right in front of me now. It's if I was in the middle of the night, most likely it would have multiple attackers. I would rather have a semi-auto all damn day.
Well, just for more than anything else, you can get 15 rounds in some of those.
Right. I mean, I don't feel underarmed with a revolver, but most of the time, what's sitting right next to me is my carry gun, which is a 14+1 semi-auto.
Right.
Revolvers are great for backup guns. They're very close in firearm. So if you're actually up in a fight, I would rather have like fist fight type distance. I would rather have a revolver than a semi-auto, just because of you could put one into a gut and pull the trigger and not have to worry about the action
going out of battery.
And where I'm at, sitting downstairs, it would be that type of fight.
Yeah, no doubt. Like I said, I have nothing against revolvers. I just personally prefer, a semi-auto pistol. That's just, you understand though, the first handgun I ever shot was in the Marine Corps, so I never grew up shooting revolvers and all that. So my whole learning experience with pistols was with the Beretta M9. So
well, and here's a thought too, and this is why the lists and the things that everybody mentioned become so diverse. It's because you get into an application and a need-based issue as well. I carry a revolver quite often, especially during the summer. And let me tell you the reason why is because 2 of those cylinders, at least I can load with my, rat shot, snake shot, because on our range, there's a pond there, there's a creek there, and quite often you run across snakes. So, I've got the option, to load a couple of cylinders. And usually if I'm headed to the range, I just go ahead and index those snake rounds, in the revolver. Then when I leave the range, I index my my self-defense rounds.
Yep.
So, and then that gives me, versatility in that. I don't have to carry an extra firearm.
Yeah. There's something to be said too about a revolver and say a double barrel shotgun, because both of those are great weapons that will suffer neglect well. There's something that you can forget about, never maintain.
Absolutely.
I mean, just throw them in a corner and you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to oil. You don't have to care. That'll be ready to go whenever you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen double barrel shotguns, old ones. I mean, it's absolute rust buckets and still function.
All right, let me throw this out there to you guys. This is just something that. What about AR or AK pistols? Are those something that are a viable option these days? Because some people can put them in their backpacks or whatever.
Why not?
It is, but it's not what your novice homeowner for home defense is going to go to at first. They're not going to know about it.
Correct. But one good thing about that is because they have a shorter barrel, usually, lower velocity, so you're going to have penetration.
You might have, for the guy that's interested in AK or AR but worried about different things, the pistols are a viable option.
Well, with the 7.62, slowing that down definitely does slow down the over penetration, but you're still looking at 123 grain projectile going through something. With an AR,
better.
Yeah, with an AR, it needs the speed to break up. So having it slower could possibly. I haven't done any tests. I haven't seen anything, but it could possibly allow it to penetrate drywall and stuff like that a little bit.
Likely it will tumble, and you will still get the same effect. I mean, you're still not going to get a lot of penetration because of the tumble.
It's going to tumble through that, and it's going to do some damage.
And I just say that because I shoot 168 grain subsonic 308 that I load, and that's my coyote load of choice. And it's nasty when it goes in because, I mean, it's not fast enough to break up or mushroom or do anything, but it'll tumble like crazy.
Yeah. The reason why I brought that up is it's just, there are people out there that want to get into the AR or AK game, quote unquote. And the pistols are either smaller or easier to put in a truck or whatever, that they use those for, because self-defense doesn't necessarily mean in the house either. It could mean a truck gun,
Sure.
So there are people carry AR pistols or AK pistols in a backpack,
Well, you've got a couple of factors with those, and the first is, if you're talking about a novice across both platforms, is manipulation of it. Now, if it was a novice, I would say probably AK over AR, and that's because an AR tends to have more moving parts, be a little more finicky, require a little more maintenance.
It is
where the AK is just it's slap a mag rack and go. For the most part, they can take a lot more abuse, a lot more getting thrown around, a lot more not cleaning. So,
I don't like standing next to my AR on the range. At least my AR pistol. That thing's just loud and concussive. I would not want to use that within my house. But now, if I had to run around my house, that would be much easier than my AR rifle.
Yeah.
Hence why I said I have earmuffs right next to my bed.
That is a good plan.
I've had a 9mm go off in my house, and that was bad enough. I do not want anything more power. I don't even want a 9mm going off again. I don't even want a 22 going off in my house. But yeah, that's why I have earmuffs and the electronic ones, so I can turn them on and I can hear where they're at. If they're at the top of my steps, I'm behind the bed. I'm not moving from behind the bed. But if they're down in the lower part, I know I have enough room enough time to get to my rifle.
And that's a great part. That's a great idea. And I mean, I've talked about that before too. You always want to protect your ears, and when you can protect your ears and give yourself a tactical advantage of having super hearing, in a situation like that, that's even better.
You mean the electronical earmuffs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I have a set of Howard lights next to my bed.
Because mine will amplify. I mean, I can hear a water bottle crinkle. Somebody just running their fingers across it at probably 20, 25 yards away with mine.
Well,
the first time I heard that, I thought it was static in my headset, and then I finally turned around and it's somebody just rolling a water bottle, and I was like, "Wow, this is neat."
Here's my question
about when I go to competitions and I start 8 o'clock in the morning. A lot of these things and you turn those electronic earmuffs on, you're hearing crickets and all sorts of stuff. So I mean, it was like, whoa, okay, I gotta turn these down a little bit. Sorry about that, Hottie. What you got? Sorry, go ahead, Scotty.
Thing I was going to say is, as fast as these things happen, you might have chance to grab one thing, and your first thing is going to be your electronic earmuffs.
Well, for me, my electronic earmuffs is on the desk, not the desk, but the nightstand right above the pistol, and I'm there with a bed between me and the entrance of the door.
Okay, I just asked because we all know how fast shit goes down and how fast these things happen.
Well, I mean, there's a difference between between a noise wakes you up and somebody kicks in your bedroom door.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, if somebody kicks in my bedroom door, I'm grabbing the firearm and I'm firing. I mean, I'm not. But you've got an extra second or so
tomorrow.
Yeah, you've got if it's just a noise that wakes you, and then you can go ahead and throw the headset on and then listen and kind of see where things are coming from.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely, yeah. If you have the time, I'm just saying you're not always gonna.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I think if he recognizes that he has time, that's the first thing he's going to grab. Now, I think all of us would sit there if we hear someone walking towards our bedroom door, we're telling the wife, get over here, I'm grabbing my gun and I'm lighting that doorway up. So I'm probably not going to care about my ears at the time. But if, like you said, if you hear something and you have time, especially if you're upstairs and the noise is downstairs, go ahead and take that extra 3 seconds and do your thing. But yeah, like I said, that was just an interesting conversation because there are so many different ways you can go. And we came up with, we literally went across the board with anything and everything you want to do. And so there are so many different options. And the reason why I wanted to get into this, guys, is right now, especially for the next probably month and a half until Christmas is over, you're going to probably see firearms prices at prices that you may not ever see again. We've already seen it in the AR and the AK side of the war of the arena in the last month or so. With, like I said, you can get a fully assembled shipped AR for under $375. I mean, that's and we don't know what's going to happen with Black Friday and all that. That might even drop a little bit even more. But I mean, there's a good chance that we're not going to see prices like this ever again. So if you're ever thinking about getting into the sell for home defense game,
well, you guys are.
This is the time to probably do it.
Not just that, you guys were talking about the shield for $300. Oh my God, that's crazy.
That right there is a phenomenal 9mm pistol right there. That's the Shield 9mm, and you can get these for $300 now, maybe even less. I've seen places at one point was like $279, and that's an awesome pistol right there. That's my EDC. So, but yeah, my biggest thing is, guys, is you're not going to have prices like this, and there are the PT-111. I mean, you know, you've got all sorts of, and it sounds crazy, but you can go get. I mean, how much is a Rock Island 1911 going for right now?
4.5.
4.5.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, if that's something you're looking for, if you like a 1911, you can go get that 9mm high point combination for 400 and go get yourself a 1911 if you want. I mean, there are so many different options that the prices are right now for people looking to expand their arsenal a little bit or start one. So think about it if you're interested. But there's so many different things that you can do. Guys, I want to real quick. I want to go through the rooms real quick before I know some people have already left to go watch Hit or Miss, and that's okay. I appreciate everybody stopping by.
There's American Tactical imports for $390.
For what's that?
1911.
1911 for $390.
Yeah, I mean it's American Tactical, so it is.
But we're talking. Hey, we're talking budget guns here. For those of you that want the 1911 and 45 ACP, that's a good price.
Taurus 1911, Taurus 1911 SF pistol or FS pistol, 430. I would take that Taurus over the American Tactical.
Oh yeah.
You know, for 430, I mean, like I said, for $830, you're getting a 9mm pistol, a 9mm carbine, and a 1911 45. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Like I said, the prices, be creative, and there are so many different options out there. I want to thank everybody in the chat for being out there, man. We had a big crowd tonight. We still on the gun channel side. We still got Travis P, Jimmy James. Go check out Early Watch, guys, tomorrow morning at 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. Every day, Early Watch is awesome. He and Tony do a really, really, really good job. Sean, you're jumping with them every now and then too now. So
I show up just to close the show.
Yeah, you know, we gotta have the.
They're like, oh shit, he's here.
Moon, go check out Moon. He's got Gun News Network. Clover, Ellis, Robbie, what's up, Robbie? Melvin Nuts in here. Pants. Yeah, the YouTube, man, we had it rocking there for a while. I had some really good.
Wait. So Sean, are you the new Stone guy?
No, I don't. I'm not the closet racist anymore. I'm just blatantly, obviously racist. Now.
Yeah, he's just. Yeah.
Just play that on YouTube.
He just plays one. Yeah, just play a doctor on YouTube. So I want to once again, Hit or Miss is going to be going on. They started a little while ago. But I want to go through the room right now, and I want you guys to plug anything or talk about anything. You guys, this is your time to talk about whatever the hell you want to. Want to thank you guys so much. Hottie, what you got, brother?
I don't got much. Too Hottie 206 on Instagram. I'm gonna keep doing what I've been doing. Some reposting, some little original content here and there. Other than that, gun channels.
That's right.
Wait, did it show up since you said its name 3 times?
Candyman.
Gun channels has been here all along.
Yeah, Robbie has a couple really good points out there. Being more proactive, cameras, not showing your 72-inch TV from the curb. That's yeah.
Oh, that's a great piece of advice. If you guys buy home theater equipment, trash the boxes in little pieces.
Yep.
Yeah.
And use drapes at night to where they can't look through from the street and see all your gaming stuff, you know.
Oops.
Well, you know, I live in a place where no one comes by my house. I see like 3 cars a day at our house, so you know, don't really worry about it. Yeah, I am lucky. All right, Ellis, I know you had a show on tonight. You got another show coming up Thursday, correct?
Yes, sir.
Who's going to be joining you?
James from New Bern Arms. It's a small gun store in Alcoa, Tennessee.
Awesome.
Great people in there. I've actually been in the store. I've bought guns from the store. It's the kind of place where you walk in, they drop everything they're doing just to say hi. No matter how many people's in there, they're going to say hello, you know, and somebody's going to get with you and say, what can we help you with? What can we help you find? What are you looking for? It's the kind of place where you want to shop, where you want to be.
Yeah. Well, you're doing a really good job with. I'm loving the interviews, and I think the concept is phenomenal. So guys, go check out the Outlaw Hatfield. That's his channel on YouTube, and it's also his channel on GunChannels, the Outlaw Hatfield. Go check it out.
I'm also on Twitter now.
So. Tweet. All right.
He's probably even on VidMe.
Yeah, he's even on
I am
VidMe.
on
I mean,
VidMe.
good Lord, he's he's blossoming. He's blossoming. All right, Pawnery, what's going
Now
on
if I
in
just
Houston?
learn how to lose this virginity, damn it.
Oh God. No, you guys pretty much have
Sounds
it
like a
covered.
personal problem to me.
I mean, pretty much everybody that watches anything on Gun Channels know that I host the after chats or the lobbies with the pants. And
That's
that usually
true.
starts right after the Daily Gun Show. And basically, we just hold it down to keep conversation going until the primetime shows.
And we talk about gun channels pretty much every broadcast, and it's a great community. Ellis put a good video out there, but yeah, there seems to be a little bit of misconception. You don't have to be a content creator to be on gun channels. It's free. It's available for anyone to come over there. The 24-hour lobby chat is awesome. You can jump in or just sit there. It's for anybody to come out. We don't just talk about guns, because you can only talk about guns so much. Now, I know G would like for us to talk more about guns sometimes, but I mean, the conversations can get pretty hilarious and way off the track and down the rabbit hole. But come check out Gun Channels, and Pawnery is one who hosts a lot of the afternoon stuff. And if he's not hosting it, he's probably going to be there.
I'm seeing
He's
it.
one of those guys that is at work, and he turns the lobby on at work to keep him company throughout the day. So it's a pretty cool place.
Yeah, and the best thing about the lobby chat is, especially if you're new to Gun Channels, is most people who become content creators here, they started off as joining and watching and lurking. And when you watch these, like we said, we try to talk about gun-related topics as much as possible, but I think when you sit down and you actually hear about the things we talk about when we joke that we're closet foodies or we're closet car guys or whatever, it just illustrates the point that we're just everyday people. We're not like some separate evil group of people that everyone wants to make us out to be. We're all just normal people.
Real quick, Sean, just because we have breaking news. Jelsma Outdoors, he's been showing up to a lot of the different chats lately, and welcome. But he said he just signed up on Gun Channel, so welcome to the dark side. Yeah, come on and hang out in the lobby chat. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, welcome to the dark side, brother. Sorry about that, Sean.
You are now one of us.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not. No, there's a lot worse places you can be, man.
It's gonna be fine right up until he meets Mr. Knives.
Well,
the chocolate thing.
Chocolate, then he'll be okay.
But how's he gonna react to that?
Come on now, Knives is good people.
Oh, Knives is a great people. He kind of freaked me out the first time I was around, though. I'm not gonna lie. I was
because you were like, "Hi, what's going on?" All of a sudden, you heard chocolate.
You're like, "Whoa!"
Like, that's just his greeting.
What the hell, man? All right, Foose. I'll see you Saturday in Tulsa. Mel the Nut. Now, before you start talking, in case you guys have not seen the Drill of the Month awards banquet from October,
Nice.
Mel the Nut and his daughter won last month's Drill of the Month, and I think it's awesome that you took your daughter out to shoot, and by the end of the day she was almost teaching you how to do some stuff. So matter of fact, I saw the targets, and I think she might have shot a little bit better than you, Mel. I'm just saying, I don't know. But congratulations, bro, and I'm going to send you an email, and you guys are going to have a choice of a couple different things for me to send to you. So but yeah, congratulations, Mel, and what you got going on?
Oh, I'll just promote Gun Channels, and for that matter, I'll promote the Drill of the Month. I love training. I love getting out there and shooting. So that's just another way for you to get out there and do some shooting.
Yeah, and that's the whole reason why I started the Drill of the Month up, is for no other reason. I want to have some fun with it, and have a good time shooting your videos. But in order for you to shoot that video, you've got to get to the range and shoot. The more you get to the range, the more proficient you are with your firearms, the more confident you're going to be with your firearms, and the more prepared you're going to be with your firearms. So that is truly the whole reason why. Go check out the November Drill of the Month. It's actually a great drill. It's a fun drill called 16 Candles, and it was given to me by a buddy of ours on Gun Channels, Dr. No. But go check out the November Drill of the Month. You have to the end of the month to submit your video response, and you get to win some free stuff. So, yeah, congratulations to Mel. But yeah, that was a whole reason about the Drill of the Month, to get people out shooting.
And you don't have to submit your drill or your response live on YouTube.
No.
If you don't want,
Some
if you don't
people
want it,
do,
if you don't want to be seen, you can email it to them, and it'll never see the
I
light
would
of
say
day.
like 90% of the people don't they don't want it on YouTube. I mean, I usually get about 2 or 3 a month that will post it in the comment section, but everybody else will always email it to me, and that's fine. I have no problem with that, and I will never make those public. As a matter of fact, someone had asked to see Mel's video, and I said I don't make those public until Mel came back and said, "Hey, look, I don't mind. It's not going to bother anyone, so go ahead and make them public." But I will never make those public if you don't want to, because I'm encouraging new shooters. I'm encouraging people that think they're bad shooters. Those are the ones we want more than anyone, because the new shooters are actually going to be new to the game. The bad shooters, the more you practice, the better you will get. So not only go train, but go find someone to train with if you want to. Go find a buddy. And if they never shot, and take them to the range. Go take your kids to the range. Whatever you got to do, get out there and practice and all that. Clover Tech, you've got a bunch of stuff. What's going on?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I've got the Wednesday show, the Thursday show, the Friday show. The thing is, this week,
Are you still doing Friday? Are you still going to do it Friday? Do it from Tulsa?
That's the thing. This week I don't know. So I mean, we're just gonna have to play it by ear, guys.
What's
Thursday,
kind of Wi-Fi we got in the hotel room?
Well, depending on what kind of Wi-Fi we got in the hotel room, it's not going to be a big deal. For Friday, I don't think. The one that concerns me the most is Thursday, and I think as long as we keep it short instead of running a 2 or a 3 hour, which that Thursday show tends to be, then we'll be okay. Plan is to get up very, 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 very early and drive straight into Tulsa and be at JM Davis when they open. So I've got to get some sleep to do that, unfortunately. So what I was
the one that usually runs 2 to 3 hours.
Right. Usually
at least on Thursday.
My time here sometimes, I mean, because we always have the after chat. A lot of people don't understand that, but a lot of times we kill the live stream and then we may stay in there another hour.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like 2 a.m. before I get out of there, and that can't happen because I'm gonna have to be on the road about 4 probably. So yeah, that's kind of up in there. We'll play it by ear. We'll figure something out. What I did want to say was I did quite a few little vlog videos on the 2A rally thing, and appreciate all the participation and everything with that. That really helped on the drive and that sort of thing. And I'm looking forward, and I hope that everybody kind of tunes in to all of the guys doing the Tulsa shows. Yeah. And we'll have some live streams. All of us will, I'm sure, and be doing some stuff. So jump in on that and engage. And just keep us busy.
And I'll tell you another thing that Clover and you and I were talking about earlier is there is an opportunity for, if some of you love going to gun shows and picking stuff up that you can't make it, while we're there and we're live streaming or whatever, and there's something that you want us to look for to see if they have it for a certain price, let us know. And if we're able to pick it up for you and then ship it or whatever, we can do that. But be checking in the live streams, because we might be able, if there's something you are actually looking for, let us know, and hopefully we can. So there's all sorts of possibilities.
Oh yeah, definitely. But just be around for that, and be aware that all that's going to go on. Yeah, we're going to be doing produced content and filming stuff, but I mean we'll have to kick on those live streams here and there too. So
absolutely. Well, guys, I really appreciate everybody. It's been an hour and 40 minutes, and it doesn't seem like that long. It's been a really good chat. We've got a lot of stuff covered tonight. I want to thank everyone that was on the panel tonight, the guys that stepped out early, Foose and Travis P11, Night Strike, and who else am I missing that stepped out? That might have been it. But thank you guys, and I want to say thank you to you guys, Hottie and Outlaw and Ponnery and Mel and Clover. Thank you so much for joining. And once again, thank you for everyone watching out there. I truly do appreciate it. I know I say it a lot, and some of you guys might think it's corny and all that, but I really don't give a shit. I really do appreciate all that you guys do for not just me, but for everyone that are 2A and pro gun content creators, whether you're on gun channels or not. If you're not on gun channels, come on over. It's awesome. You'll love it. But for all of us that work hard and try to put content out there, the stuff that we think and we hope that you're going to like, it is gratifying to know that you guys are always thumbing it up and leaving comments and sharing them and liking them and all of that, because that tells us that you enjoy what we do. And it sounds corny, but there are days when we all wake up, we say, man, I'm supposed to go film that video today, and I just really don't feel like it. But when you know you've got an audience and you've got supporters out there that seem to truly care about what you're putting out there, that makes it a hell of a lot easier to get up and go out in the cold or the rain and do your videos. And so I think I speak for everyone that we truly do appreciate you guys. And, you know, this next weekend is going to be an amazing, amazing weekend full of content for a lot of us. So I'm looking forward to that. Until tomorrow night with Clover, and you got Matt's chat tomorrow, and Thursday you got Yankee and Clover, and then Friday you've got Clover, and Thursday
Ellis.
you've also got Ellis at, now what time is it on Thursday, Ellis? I think he's
On Thursdays, it is 8 o'clock.
no, 8 o'clock Eastern. 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yep, Eastern, 8 o'clock Eastern.
So you're right before Yankee then, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then Clover's going to be right after Yankee. But once again, guys, thank you so much for joining us. I hope we have allowed you to waste an hour and a half of your life that you're never going to get back again. But I hope it's been worthwhile. So thank you for everything you guys do for me and everybody else who is creating pro gun and secondment content. Check out GunChannels.com. Check out all these guys here on the panel. Check out their YouTube, their Instagrams, their VidMes, their gun channel stuff. Get your tails over to Gun Channels and say hi to us. Until next time, guys, Semper Fi.